Hello and welcome to ILTV's Evening Update. I'm Aaron Porras here with the latest news from Israel.
A Hamas field commander died last night in an explosion near the Gaza Strip's Egyptian border. It's unclear what caused the explosion, but it was likely an operation gone awry. Numerous Hamas operatives have been killed by accidental explosions and tunnel collapses over the last few months, and 2 other operatives were injured in the blast in the city of Rafah. All this because Hamas is making rockets and digging tunnels to prepare for another conflict with Israel. While Israel destroyed many of Hamas's tunnels in the 2014 Gaza conflict, the terrorist group has been redoubling its efforts to expand the tunnel network ever since. With pressure on its patron of Qatar to stop supporting the Sunni Islamist group, Hamas may be motivated to make some kind of statement through more attacks on Israel. 4 Arab Israelis were charged today for a plot to assassinate an Israeli army officer. The residents of Khalkhulia, an Arab town near Tel Aviv, were allegedly recruited by Hamas to kill the officer who shot senior Hamas figure Mazen Foukawa in March. After a suspect from Khalkhulia was arrested for illegally selling weapons, he revealed during an interrogation with the Shin Bet security services that 2 brothers from the same town were part of the Hamas plot. One of the brothers, Firas Ismail Muhammad Faki, is known in the security services for his support for the Islamic State and for criminal activities in his hometown. He was detained in 2015 for participating in riots and for being under suspicion of arms dealing. The Shin Bet believes that the other brother, Adam Faki, was recruited by Hamas during a 2014 trip to the Gaza Strip for a family wedding. There, he took part in military training with Hassan Jabari, a senior Hamas member and brother of the terror organization's former military commander. The Prime Minister of India is set to visit Israel next month, and unlike most foreign dignitaries, he'll be skipping a visit to meet with the Palestinian Authority officials. Even representatives of countries close to Israel, like the United States and the Czech Republic, typically go to Bethlehem or Ramallah to meet with the PA. But Narendra Modi, seen as close to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, will be sticking to Israel and Israel alone. Since Modi's election, India has taken a more pro-Israel direction in international forums, and Israel and India have recently signed huge defense deals with one another. In May, for example, 3 ships from the Indian Navy stopped in Israel for training exercises. Despite all this, however, India does also have close relations with the Palestinians. PA President Mahmoud Abbas recently went to New Delhi for a meeting with Modi and other Indian officials, where Modi said that India is unwavering in its support of the Palestinian cause. A new poll by the Palestinian Center for Public Opinion is finding that the Palestinian people may be more moderate than their leadership. The survey has found that 2/3 of the 1,540 Palestinians polled think that the families of imprisoned Palestinian terrorists should not receive extra payments from the government. While Palestinian Authority officials have threatened instability if and when the United States moves its Israeli embassy to Jerusalem, 56% of West Bank Palestinians are ranking that issue as not so important or not important at all. 80% of Gaza residents want Hamas to preserve a ceasefire with Israel, and 3/4 of West Bank Palestinians reportedly want Hamas to accept a permanent 2-state solution. Although almost no Palestinians believe that Jews have some right to the land, around half of them accept that the reality is that most Israeli settlers will probably stay where they are, and most Palestinian refugees will not return to the 1948 lands. Wonder Woman might be blowing up at the box office worldwide, but it looks like comic book fans in Tunisia won't get to enjoy it anytime soon. The movie, featuring Israeli superstar Gal Gadot as the lead role, has been pulled from at least 2 Tunisian movie theaters following a lawsuit by the Tunisian Association of Young Lawyers, who called the film star Gal Gadot a champion Zionist. All screenings of Wonder Woman have currently been suspended following an examination of the lawsuit. Next door in Algeria, a petition to have the movie banned outright has been gaining traction only hours after Lebanon said that it would not screen the movie either. Jordan has suspended screenings of the movie pending a government decision on its permissibility as well. Anti-Israel activists in Jordan say that the film represents Zionism and the Israeli army. However, the movie is still expected to screen early next week in Morocco, Egypt, and the Arab Emirates.
That's all for now. Stay tuned on ILTV.tv for our main daily broadcast playing after this. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you next time with our morning briefing from Israel at 8 a.m. Eastern Time.